Hey, what's going on? It's the One, the O for Show. You know Ken Spence in the building. Hope you're having a blessed day, a blessed moment in time. Just enjoying life. Really, I mean, just having a blessed time in the Lord and whatever it is that you do. Want to talk to you today. Excuse me. Want to talk to you today about something that's very dangerous. About comparison. And the reason I want to talk to you about comparison is because one of the things that always hits me, comes back to my remembrance, is when I first got started as a song leader, I used to compare myself a lot. And that is kind of, comparison is never good unless it's done to improve. What I mean by that is to look at someone's walk and say, you know what? I want to walk in the Lord like they walk in the Lord. Let me go and learn from them what they're doing. Perhaps they're devoting themselves daily to the Word of God. Perhaps they're doing something that I'm not doing that I could learn and improve. Good comparison. Bad comparison, I want to sing just like him. That is problematic. And the reason it's problematic, and I want to share, kind of debunking a myth, if you will. Every song leader compares himself at different points in their life. I have been leading song service since 1997. Right now, the date of this video is 2014. It's been a long time. And when I got started, I compared myself. When I became an intermediate, I compared myself. When I became advanced, I compared myself. A couple weeks ago, I compared myself. The difference is how I handle the comparison. When I first got started in song leading, I compared myself to a brother named Brother Blackwell. His name was Thomas Blackwell. We thought his name was Calvin Blackwell, and everybody called him Calvin Blackwell. That's Gerald Blackwell's father. Powerful song leader, and I wanted to sing just like him. As a matter of fact, there's a song that My God Is Real. I wanted to sing it just as powerfully as he did. And you know, it's you know, he's passed on to glory now, but I sometimes feel the same way, and it's not in terms of trying to be competitive or, you know, I want to be just like him. But I saw a great song leader, and I just wanted to be able to sing like that. And I remember he sat down, and I came up. I said, "What are these?" Because, you know, you had the old sacred selections, and I opened the book, and I'm like, "What's this?" And I'm talking about the notes, and he says, "Oh, son, that's the notes. That's the notes. They tell you how the song goes, but in the Church of Christ, we don't sing by those." And I laughed at it. And his son, actually, Gerald, was a great mentor in song leading, and really, I stepped up to sing. But he saw the zeal, and he said, "No, come to the side, young boy. Let me show you something. Let me break a little something down to you, because you ain't 100% there, and I gotta point certain things out because you won't hurt yourself." And he pointed a lot of things out to me, and I would not be the song leader I am today if it was not for Gerald. Now, one of the things I never did was I never compared myself to him. Because if I did, Gerald's voice was so strong, I couldn't. I was 14 when I started leading song service. So me at 14 trying to get there, right? So it wasn't happening. So I didn't compare myself. But I made the mistake of comparing myself. There was another song leader. He came in from Michigan, and he led song service. Well, one brother from Michigan, he taught me a song. Before I got up there and I led song service for the first time, he really was my inspiration for getting up there the day after my father's funeral. And that's Brother Kevin McGee, just incredible guy. And another song leader from Michigan, he came, him and his wife and their children, and they came. And they were there 2 weeks. I had been leading song service for well over 6 months now in the evening worship, or the afternoon worship at 3 o'clock. And I remember, I'm like, cool. I'm like, I can't wait till let me up there. That brother came in. He sung 2 weeks. And he was just up there singing the following Sunday. And I'm like, who he think he is? I've been hit. And the comparison was there. Who does he think he is? Now, mind you, it didn't seem like comparison. But it drew out a very negative attitude out of me. Who does he think he is? I've been here and I've been doing this long. Who is he to think that he could boom? And it brought out a very spiteful and hateful spirit. And my mother had to sit me down and set it straight, and had to move that right out the way. There was another time when I was a bit older. I think it was 2010 when we had the national lectureship in Philadelphia. And I remember I met Chris Turner there at the airport. I remember Emmanuel Rupert, he was there. I was driving there because I was working the airport. Greeting people and making sure that they, got to the bus or to the van so they could take them to the hotel. And I remember distinctly I got there, and I'll never forget it. I met him. I almost walked right past him because, the beard. And I'm like, Hey, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. And I kept it moving. He said, no, this is Chris Turner. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to, help him with his bag and so forth. We get into the car and they go off. And I'm like, okay. Had no idea the brother could sing. Until the week after the lectureship, because I didn't go. I had to work. The week after the lectureship, I saw a video. Someone said, oh, this is my favorite song leader. It was Renee Wayne. Never forget it. She posted up on Facebook a video from him on YouTube. Hold to God's Unchanging Hand. And he sung it at West Oak Grove with Terry Wallace, where he's a minister at. And saw that video, and I'm like, man, I watched it 1,000 times. And the reason I watched it, I'm like, they got singers that sing like this. Oh man, comparison. Oh man, I can't sing like that. I want to sing just like him. And God had this little thing that he does sometimes where I wanted to sound just like him, and trust me, I had him down at one point in time. I mean, I had him, if I take all of my sins down to what your God will. I can't even do it like him anymore, but I had it down. And you know what the messed up part was? I had it down to such a science. And then God improved my voice. Improved my voice. Ribbing with a little bit of edging. You know what that is? All right. Sometimes I'll be singing, and then in the middle of my song, I can't. I'm like, where'd that come from? I can't do it, man. And I was sad. And then I realized, you know what, Ken? Why are you comparing yourself, trying to sound like him? Learn from him singing. I'm very good at observing. So I learned from watching videos of him how he sung. It wasn't until it might have been 2 years after that, I met him face to face in Philly. He'd become the minister over at Sunset Road, and he and I got cool. And then I'd ask him certain questions. He'd throw some things at me. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because when it comes to comparing in terms of learning, that's great. What that is called modeling knowledge. See, we'll get into this thing now, and I really am. All right. There are 4 types of